We're starting with Ulrik's route again. So last I saved, why is there so many save files? Oh shit. Or maybe it's here? Oh yeah, it's here! Okay, that's so much better. Okay, so let's try this. Is it morning already? I had the day off though. I resolved to rise early anyway, knowing that sleeping in would just make getting up the next day more difficult. I opened the closet and took out my clothes. I got used to these clothes a lot more quickly than I expected, except for how short the skirt is. I wonder if there's a way to make it longer without Eltcrete noticing. I couldn't sew, so I was stumped. I'd always left sewing to my servants in the Heights. Perhaps I should have learned at least some of these household skills. Alright, all done. I looked at myself in the mirror and adjusted the collar. Then I left my room to eat breakfast. Good morning. Huh? When I left my room, Eltcrete was nowhere to be seen. Did he leave already? I couldn't see Ulrik or any of the servants either. I guess this is breakfast. A letter was wedged between the different plates of bread. I opened it. Please eat to your heart's content and enjoy your day, Eltcrete. That's like him. I put the letter back and chose bread from the plates. I picked Danish chocolate bread and bread with jam, with black tea for my drink. Carried my breakfast over to the table. It's so rare for me to eat alone. Since I came to Liberalitas, I had almost always eaten with Elfcrete. Sometimes even Ulrik ate with us. Listening to them as they talked was a quiet pleasure of mine during meals. This room is so large, I feel a little forlorn. Ulrik had been alone there the day before. I wondered how he had felt, waiting for Eltcrete. Of course, I couldn't look into his heart, but he must have heard. Perhaps he's fine with being alone. I didn't even know what he does all day long. I knew that he had informants and kept tabs on things, but what did that mean exactly? Eltcrete gave him a variety of odd jobs, but I suspected that most of them weren't his true forte. I don't think he'd tell me. I hope I'll find out though. After breakfast, I decided to go into the city. There was a simple reason behind my decision. I hated being cooped up in my room. I wanted a something. I can go along the main road for a while and then go back. Apparently my time with Eltcrete had made me somewhat famous. The people I passed all stared at me. I didn't like it, but there was nothing I could do. I suppose this will suffice. I'll go back now. I thought I heard sobbing and turned around. Did I imagine that? I listened. Yes. No, don't tell me that's like our savior? Yes, a child is crying somewhere in this crowd. I navigated the ocean of people, trying to find a sobbing among the cacophony. Oh, there. Maybe he was lost. Okay, that's not our kid, so it's okay. He was standing amid the crowd, completely ignored by it. Poor baby. I looked around. Nobody looked like his guardian or relatives, and none of them paid him any mind. If he's lost, then I can't help him. I don't know the area. Still, my training as a police officer kicked in. I couldn't ignore him. I decided to ask him what had happened. Hey there. What? Don't be scared. I'm harmless. That doesn't sound harmless, does it? I leaned down to seem less imposing to him. Are you lost?
お父さんとお母さんとはぐれちゃって家に戻ろうと思ったけど僕の知ってる道たまに怖い人が声をかけてくるからだから一人で帰れなくて
The road is dangerous, huh? I didn't know the back alleys well at all. This made me uneasy, but I couldn't leave him alone. If he knows the way, then all I have to do is protect him. Okay, I'll escort you there.
本当にいいの
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll get you home. Are we going through here?
姉ちゃん怖い
Okay, is this like one of those... I know I have a lot of trust issues, but like there's like some scams that involves getting kids to pretend they're crying, or like women. And then they bring you to an isolated place and kidnap you or some shit. Hope it's not that. Of course not. This is nothing. It's day. As long as I don't let my guard down, I'll be fine. I walked with the boy through the back alleys. This is where the man from the heights was beaten up, I think. Oh, that sounds sus. I looked at the spot. His corpse and every trace of it was gone. There was nothing left to tell of it, but I knew someone had lost his life there. And all that simply because he was bored in the heights. He might attack me too. I have to be careful. I held the boy's hand with my left as he led me ahead. My right was on the sword grip. He led me towards the tunnels even further. That's really scary. I don't know, man. This...
僕の家への道だよ
Through here? The architecture was the same as in the tunnel that connected the sanctuary district and the depths. Water flowed by next to me, and the walls were made of earth and stone. No light entered from the outside. The boy looks ordinary, not like a beggar. Why would he go here and not use the surface road? See! And why does he seem so calm now? Surely my presence isn't that soothing. God, I fucking knew it. Suddenly, the boy shook off my hand and ran ahead. Hey, where are you going? He didn't answer. Run, girl! I looked ahead and saw him running towards a bright light and a long shadow on the ground. Is a person there? God, girl. I assumed it was a relative of his. Nice voice. I gave him a reward. For what? Girl, run! I slowly walked towards the light, hand on my sword grip. Who's there? We? I suddenly heard a lot of footsteps. They were behind me and in front of me. I was surrounded. Should I assume the worst? That's gross. What a pitiful lie. Like I would surrender to you. There are fewer in front of me, but I have to go back if I want to escape. I drew my sword and spun around. There are 4 people behind me. No, more back there. The man in front of me was thankfully not carrying a gun, but only a pipe. That's no match for me. That was one of them down. The other men screamed in fear as I cut the first one down and shrunk away. Those 2 were next. I jumped over one of the men on the ground, putting my weight into a slash against the next prey. They sound like third-rate villains. Another man swung an iron pipe at me. Huh. Shift my weight backwards, dodging his swing and kicked him into the water. Alright, almost through. I swear I know that voice actor. Before I could turn around, I was slammed against the wall and held there. Hot. The man hit a brick on the wall, and suddenly I fell backwards into nothingness. Oh shit! Secret entrance? I'd been cast into a dark chasm. Wah! I landed with my back on something surprisingly soft. What's this? It was very dark. I could hardly see anything. There was only a faint light above. Wait. He closed the door and I was in perfect darkness. This place is so dark. I can't see anything. But I had smelt air like this before. It was a little like rotten garbage. Rotten eggs or rotten meat. It wasn't a smell that was easy to forget. It clung to the skin and to the mind. This is the smell of corpses. Then what? Ooh, what did I land on? Ugh, that's gross. I would throw up. The soft mass underneath me. Ooh. Blech. Me not like you. I was sleeping inside Rafale's base when footsteps woke me up. They were approaching fast. It was probably Vice and the others. Poor baby. Turned around on my improvised bed of blankets and sheets. Oh, Ulrik. I got up and steadied myself. Yes, I am a demon. You should be worried for me. Poison jar? Is that like the thing where you put insects in a jar? Like poisonous insects in a jar together, and like whoever wins in the end and is the only one alive, the strongest one? That concept's used a lot in animes and books and stuff. A poison jar. It was a hidden room filled with corpses in the tunnels. Why are you collecting corpses? Gross. It had been built some decades earlier during a time of strife. I didn't know who had built it. It was dark and deep and impossible to open from the inside. Sometimes people were kidnapped and tossed into it to starve to death as well. Either way, using it was pretty shitty. Are you actually not worried for us? I yawned and stood up. My God! Removed the first 8 bandages and looked at the glistening cut. Of course she would! Well, that was natural when you were attacked. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't care about us at all. How rude. My back stung with pain, but that was minor compared to everything else. I'd been shoved into this black world bereft of light. I could tell that I was surrounded by walls, but not the size of the room. I had to breathe through my mouth to avoid the stench. Oh God, just thinking about it makes me want to barf. The only sound in the darkness was my own breathing. I considered the situation. Why did they attack me? The boy had led me to them. But what's their motivation? Was it because I was from the heights? He said they'd be back for me. Why didn't they try to kill me? I didn't know. What did I do know, though, was that I wouldn't get out anytime soon. Letting down my guard simply because he was a child was foolish of me. What's the point in having a sword if I'm so naive? Ugh. I breathed in through my nose without thinking, and the stench assaulted me. Blech. My eyes teared up. It was getting harder to breathe. The smell reminds me of that time. It had been a very cloudy day. It looks like rain. Finn and I had become rank 1 officers only 3 months earlier. We were patrolling in the city.
そうですね。傘どこかで調達しましょうか。
Only if there's a heavy downpour. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
はい。今日も街は平和ですね。何事もなさそうです。いえ、そういう意味ではないんですけど、警察官って思ったよりも平和な仕事なんだなと。
Peaceful?
はい。俺はてっきり毎日犯罪に遭遇して犯人と対峙するものだと思っていましたから。
Huh. I didn't take you for the type to join the force seeking carnage. Yandere! Yandere, bad boy!
そんなことないですよ。俺は至って普通というか、どちらかといえば平和主義者です。
Uh-huh. I'm just kidding. You don't strike me as the violent sort. Yeah? Besides, I know what you mean. Before I joined the police, I thought every day would be a battle against society's evil underbelly.
中級や上級の警察官になれば、そういう捜査にも加われるそうですけど、下級警察官の仕事は基本巡回のみですからね。でも俺、この仕事好きですよ。こうして歩くのはいい運動になりますし。
Yeah, I think so too. Just make sure you pay attention to what's happening around you. Huh? What's that commotion over there? Let's go, Finn. There's a crowd here? Sorry, coming through. We squeezed our way through the crowd towards the center.
地面に男性が倒れていますね。
An assault? No, there's so much blood. I carefully approached the man and shook him. Excuse me, are you alright? He's not moving. Besides, I checked his pulse. He had no pulse and his skin was cold. He's dead.
死んでるって、こんな真っ昼間に殺人ですか?
Looks like it. Oh, what do we do now? My training was supposed to have taught me what to do next, but it was my first real crime scene, and I was a little overwhelmed. This is frustrating. I can't think clearly. I knew I had to respond calmly, but the unruly crowd made it even more difficult to concentrate. Hey, Finn? Really? Finn, are you okay? You look pale.
あの死体見て気分が
I get that though. Are you going to throw up? Wait, I have a lost articles bag here. Try to hold it in. Finn was holding his mouth with teary eyes as I searched my bag. This is me when I ride the car. The amount of times I had to puke back when I was little just from like going to the mall or something. It was so bad. There, throw up into this.
ありが
That was close. I looked at Finn and sighed. A bitter smell began to spread through the air, but the corpse and the ground were uncontaminated. And I feel a lot more calm now. We'll cordon off the crime scene. Finn, go call for backup.
いいえ俺が残りますよ死体なんて本当平気です
Uh-huh, sure. You're almost crying. Just go. Finn nodded meekly and ran away towards the temple. I looked after him and positioned myself in front of the corpse so that the scene wouldn't be disturbed. The crowds were still swelling, trying to get a look at the corpse. It all seemed tasteless to me. Wonder if the criminal is among them. I wanted to arrest them. However, rank 1 police officers weren't part of criminal investigations unless they caught someone in the act. Being a rank 1 officer is peaceful, but sometimes something like this happens. How often will I wonder, will I see someone's murdered remains? Didn't want to be accustomed to the sight of death. Ah! Okay, sorry for that. Hope stream's okay? Can I just... Wow, that's annoying. Oh my fucking god. My stream is fucking up. Am I just gonna have that thing on my stream? Wait. Okay. Sorry. Let me just fix that. I misclicked something and Steam decided to kindly log me off. So I have to log in again. My bad for this. Every time I stream, there always something happens. Did it work? Should have. Okay. Seem to have accidentally skipped a few logs. Ah! Mother. Okay. The dead don't move. They can't hurt me. I struck the wall with my sword, making an indentation and started walking. Eventually, I felt the mark under my hand again. The room was round. Oh, she's having a panic attack. Poor baby. Guess I'm not getting out. I leaned against the wall and held my sword to my chest. Was someone going to come? Probably not. Even if someone was going to come, they might not be a friend. Still, I hope someone frees me. I heard a strange noise above. When I looked up, I saw a light, a round shadow looking down at me. His baby! Ulrik.
ああ、僕だ。あ、ひどい匂い。たく。
It's
こんな
corpses.
ところで
What do
何
you
してんだよ。
think, bro?
かくれんぼ。
Little shit. Of course not,
話は後だ。確か壁際に鉄棒みたいなのがあるはず。ない？
Like a swimming pool? Iron rungs. Oh. I found iron rungs set into the wall. They were too high to find it dark. I can jump up to grab them.
見つけた。それで登れるところまで登ってきて。早くして。この匂い大嫌い。
And you think I like it? Don't rush me. I'm walking over corpses here. I felt their rotting flesh under my soles. I felt sorry for stepping on them. I revolted at the sensation of it. Every step I took over their remains was soul-crushing. Poor baby. Jumped as high as I could. Okay, I've got it. I'll climb now. I hauled myself up the rungs towards safety.
よし。引っ張り上げてやるから。手を伸ばせ。
Look at him. He's so pretty. Might just use this as my new CG from now on. Can you do that?
腕力の話。さあな。片手で持ち上げられるくらい、あんたが軽いことを祈るよ。
Dick, I'll pull you down.
重かったら落とすから。
Wow.
精一杯努力したってことで。落っことしても恨まないでよ。せーの。
I can't believe I like you, Ulrik. This is your fault.
よし。なんとか引き上げられた。あんた重すぎだろ。腕がちぎれるかと思った。
So rude. Okay, let me just save. Here. I guess I'll say thank you for saving me. It's pretty rude considering the situation. Still, I was glad to be out of danger. I gave Ulrik a broad smile. Thank you for saving me, Ulrik. Even though it's your fault.
おう。何笑ってんだよ。気持ち悪い。
Smiling because of you. I didn't think someone would get me out. I thought I'd be stuck down there. I'm really happy you came. It's your fault. You better feel bad.
はっさ。大げさに喜びすぎだと思うけど。勝手に好きなように思えばいいよ。
Look at him blushing. So cute. I have to wonder though. How did you know I was there?
あんた、僕を何だと思ってるの？情報屋だよ。僕が知らないことなんて何もない。
I see. That's pretty amazing. Girl, don't trust everything that comes out of his mouth, please. What is that room back there? Why does it have so many corpses?
あれは死体を遺棄する場所。昔は今より物騒だったから、こういう死体遺棄場所がいくつもある。
There's a lot more like it? That's crazy.
刺繍、きつかったろ。繊細なやつはあれで気を失うから、毒壺とも呼ばれてる。
Ah, okay, so I was just being a know-it-all, but I was wrong. Poison jar. That's dreadful. I shiver to think what would have happened if you hadn't come.
はっそ。さあ立って。いつまでもここにいても意味がないだろ。
Right, I'm more than ready to be away from this place. I took his hand to stand up and we left. Can't believe I let myself get thrown in there.
屋敷へ送る。その格好じゃどこへも行けないだろう。
Right, good idea. Sorry about this, Ulrik.
別に。あんたはエルとの護衛でちょっとは知り合いだから気まぐれに助けてやっただけ。今回だけ特別だから。次は油断するなよ。
I cannot wait to make him fall in love with us and like shove those words back to him. It would feel so good. Yeah, I know. I'm glad I trusted you. Oh, baby.
信じる。
Didn't I tell you? It doesn't matter how much you hate me. I'll trust you. I assume you still hate me, but since I had faith in you, you saved me. I think. I'm glad I know you, Ulrik. She's so honest.
あんた、僕のことをいいように解釈しすぎだと思う。僕なんか褒められるような人間じゃないのに。
Is that my fault? You keep so many secrets, especially from me. All I can rely on are my own instincts, and they're telling me to trust you.
あっそ。いつか裏切られても知らないからな。
Ulrik suddenly averted his gaze. He's so blushing. Why does he get so embarrassed sometimes? I turned away from him to grin at his behavior. A strange group had thrown me into the darkness filled with corpses. And I was determined to see a consequence other than my new horrific memories. I vowed to expose the culprits and their motives. I'd left the mansion in the morning. It was nightfall when I returned. I guess I spent a long time in the poison jar. My stomach grumbled with hunger when I realized how late it was.
それじゃ、僕はここで。
You're not coming in, Ulrik?
うん、用事があるから。それじゃ。
Ulrik nodded again and left in a hurry. Huh, he's a busy man. I was glad he had found the time to save me in spite of that. I resolved to thank him again.
こんな時間までどこへ？おや。服も体もとても汚れていますね。どうしました？何があったんですか？
Okay.
道端でうっかり転んだといった些細な理由ではなさそうです。話してください。
I don't want him to worry unnecessarily. Then again, not telling him would only make him more curious. I nodded at him and began to explain the events of the day. This morning I found a boy crying in the streets. He told me he had gotten separated from his parents and the way home was unsafe. I decided to accompany him home. It was a trap, and men I didn't know attacked me.
見知らぬもの。
Yes, I fought them, but there were too many. When I had my guard down, they shoved me into the poison jar.
毒壺。なぜその言葉を？上階にもあるのですか？
No, Ulrik told me its name. Pulled me out of the poison jar.
ウルリクが。彼はどこへ？
I don't know. He left to do something just moments ago. I'm dismayed that despite being hired to protect you, I couldn't protect myself. I'm truly sorry.
いえ、話を聞く限り非常事態だったのです。どうかお気になさらず。
But I have to. I need to. I'm ashamed to think of what would have happened had you been there. I need to train more so that this won't happen again.
そうですか。向上心があることは素晴らしいことです。ありがとうございます。とりあえず服を着替えて。疲れたでしょうからゆっくりしてください。
Thank you. What about you, Ulrik?
俺は今から出かけます。ああ、護衛は不要です。他のものをつけますので。君は自分の体を心配してください。
Is he gonna go beat up Ulrik? Okay. There he goes. He had said someone else would guard him. Having been hired specifically to guard him, the ease with which he was able to find another guard made me unhappy. Well, that's because I failed. I have to harden my heart and body. Washed myself, changed into new clothes, and went to my room. My skin still smelled faintly of death, but I decided to ignore it, knowing it would disappear eventually. That was pretty horrible, but I have to remember. I sat down in my bed and thought about the battle. It went so well at first. They were far less skilled than I was and unused to close combat. Should I have cut them all down? No, that would have only opened me up for even more behind me. The same thing would have happened. Opened me up behind me, right. I learned how to fight with a partner. As police officers, Finn and I had always acted in concert. Finn had my back and I had his. I was too accustomed to that fighting style. Without Finn here, I need to learn how to fight alone. I need to figure out how to protect myself. Finn, I love Finn. I need to make sure my back isn't unprotected. I need to pay more attention to my surroundings, make sure I'm not cornered. Also, it's gonna get shaken by Ulrik. Normally, my diet was unbalanced. I mostly ate sweets and fruits. I blamed that for my lack of hunger. I had hardly eaten from the food they had made me. Had to eat, though. Much work lay ahead. Still, my body refused to put the food into my mouth. Oh, it's the corpse images.
手が動かない。どうしたらいいんだろう。
食べないなら俺が食べますよ。
エルト。
Elle sat down across me. He never asked for permission.
食べきれないのにあれもこれも頼むなと親から教わりませんでした。
Elle smiled and began to retrieve bits and pieces from my plate.
教わってない。僕は貧乏でこういう場所で食べることなんてなかったから。こんな時間にあんたが一人でここへ来るなんて珍しいな。
ええ。まあ表に護衛を待たせてますけど。まあ護衛といっても騎士様ではありませんよ。騎士様はお疲れのようだったので代わりのものを連れてきました。
そっか。
His behavior and way of talking meant that Elle probably knew what had happened. I didn't know how much he knew, though. I drank from my glass, careful not to seem perturbed.
今日あったことはキルスさんからおおむね話を伺っています。彼女を助けてくれてありがとうございました。
ありがとうって。あんた、あいつの保護者かよ。
Kinda.
いいえ、違います。ですが、雇用主です。彼女を損失することに比べれば、礼を述べるために足を運ぶことなどどうともありません。ですが、礼だけで終わるとは思っていないでしょ。
Gonna beat him up. Alt was truly an inscrutable person. One moment he could be bright and carefree, and the next cold as ice. And this, in turn, might be followed by a series of jokes. Could be at times easy and hard to understand.
君に問います、ウルリク。 情報提供者は？
情報提供者。
そう。君に彼女が毒壺へ入れられたと言った人物です。謝礼をすべきでしょう。
ああ、それならいい。相手はそこら辺の物乞いだから僕から払っておいた。
Lying is bad in front of
そうですか。
him.
では次、彼女を襲った相手は誰ですか？情報はどの程度ありますか？
それは全然。あいつを送り届けるのを最優先にしてたからまだ何もしていない。
そうですか。では調査をお願いします。
調査？
ええ、彼女を襲ったんです。次は自分が狙われるかもしれません。我が身を守ろうとする行為は不思議ですか？
He absolutely knows what's going on from the way his wording is going.
いつもなら俺の依頼は理由を聞かずに引き受けるのに、どうして聞くんですか？
それはどうしてあの女をそこまで気にかけてるのか不思議だから。
その理由は？
ああ、聞いた。前にも聞いた。だけどやっぱわからないんだよ。女として好きなわけではないんだろ。剣が使える上界の騎士様、珍しいおもちゃだってことはわかるさ。でも慣れたら飽きるもんじゃないのか？
俺もそう思っていました。ですけど接してみるとなかなか得るものが多くて面白いんです。
面白いか。それも前に聞いたっけ？
I knew the concept of interesting objects. I liked reading, and I enjoyed reading interesting books. But I had never met an interesting person. Dude, that's so sad. I was unable to trust other people. I'd been betrayed and left behind by the dead too often. Dealing with others was a waste of time. I couldn't understand what Elt meant by when he said she was interesting. The effort he put into others was mystifying for me.
どうしてだろう。胸がざわざわして気持ち悪い。
You feel bad? You have feelings?
エルトは僕の理解できないことに執着してるから。あいつに興味を持ってるから。
どうしました？すっかり黙って。もっと食べないと大きくなれませんよ。
Jackass.
別にいい。こんな時間に食べても横に大きくなるだけだから。じゃあね。
Left the restaurant and sighed. As Elt had said, there were multiple men outside to provide protection for him.
調査を頼むためだけにこいつらを連れてきたのか。どれだけあいつを気に入ってんだよ。僕だってあいつを助けようと。
Aww.
今のはなし。あいつなんかどうだっていい。付き合いがあるとはいえエルとも他人でしかないんだ。どうでもいい。
Really?
みんなどうにでもなれ。
I had like a mindset like this too back when I was younger. So I can somewhat understand him, though I never go out of my way to like cause someone trouble and then just go, oh well, sucks to suck, guess I'll save her, but like I don't care. I've never actually like done that, but like the part where he says he doesn't care about anybody despite, caring about people. I've been there. I get him. It's tough sometimes. Morning arrived. Started the day with early sword practice. I had no sparring partner, so I had to imagine my opponents. had been a while since I gave it all I had. I enjoyed myself. I moved in a daze, swinging my sword in wide arcs. Enemies behind you too. Huh.
おはようございます。美しい剣筋ですね。
You've said that
惚れ惚れ
before.
してしまいます。
Outcreep. Excuse my appearance.
惚れ惚れではありませんね。惚れ直したと訂正させてください。
Yes,
さすが
yes.
は騎士様。剣を握る姿、とてもよくお似合いです。ですが、こんな朝からどうして剣の鍛錬を？昨晩眠れなかったのですか？
I could sleep. I made a vow to myself. I won't allow another failure like yesterday's, and for that, I need to practice.
ああそういうことを確かに言っていましたね。有言実行とはさすがです。実に頼もしい。君がいればどんな危険な場所へも安心していけますね。
It would still be best to avoid danger if possible, but I'll still protect you from all I can.
また騎士ごっこしてるの？飽きないね。エルトもあんたもさ。
Ulrik? I guess I should be nice to him, right? Good morning. Good morning, Ulrik. Dang, he likes that.
何？朝からテンション高すぎだろ。いた。
He likes that a lot.
ウルリク、挨
Ulrik.
拶には挨拶を返すべきです。
おはようございます。殴らなくていいだろ。
殴ってませんよ。ちょこんと叩いただけです。
How do I press the safe properly? You two get along so well.
仲良くない。僕が構ってあげてるだけだし。
それを仲良しと言うんですけど。ああ、なるほど。照れ隠しですか？
Dere.
違う。いいように曲解する癖直した方がいいよ。
Ulrik turned towards Ultcreed and held out his right hand.
エルト、債権回収対象のリストを取りに来た。さっさと私。なんで握手するんだよ。
ここにはないという意思表示です。リストは俺の部屋のテーブル
So
の上です。
annoying.
勝手に持って行ってください。
握らなくてもいいだろ。わかった、持っていく。
Oh, Ulrik.
な、
Thanks for yesterday.
あ？
You rescued me yesterday. I want to say thanks again.
別に改めなくていいんじゃないの？そう、困った時はお互い様とか言うし。
Daww.
はあ？ウルリクがそれを言うんですか？
Yes, he did.
なんであんたが驚くんだよ。
だってあのウルリク君がですよ。他人なんてどうでもいい、それよりお菓子が大事っていうあのウルリク君が成長しましたね。俺は嬉しいです。
Good for him.
うるさい。今のはその言葉のあやってんで。っていうかウルリク君って呼ぶな。気持ち悪いなもう。
He's so fucking cute.
とにかく昨日のことは昨日のこと。蒸し返したり変に恩を感じたりしなくていいから。
Okay, got it.
よし、じゃあな。
成果期待していますよ。
Debt collection. Is that a part of his duties?
そうとも言えますし、違うとも言えます。彼には 債券回収専門の業者とのやり取りを任せてまして、その業者に渡すためのリストを回収しに来たというわけです。
I see. It deals with a lot of different information.
ええ。まあ、こんなにいろいろと引き受けてくれるのは彼くらいでしょうけどね。ウルリク様々です。
Ulrik really trusts Ulrik, doesn't he?
あ、そうだ。すっかり忘れていました。
Yes?
彼に昨日君を襲った集団を探す依頼をしたんです。その手がかりにと君の話を聞かせるつもりだったのですが、うっかり忘れていました。
Does he really not know?
機会があれば彼に話していただけますか？
Okay, I will.
ありがとうございます。では朝食をとってそれから銀行へ向かいましょう。今日もよろしくお願いしますね。
Alright, no harm will come to you. The day passed by. Nothing particularly unusual occurred. Eventually we were finished at the bank. Ulrik arranged his paperwork and glanced at me over his shoulder.
今日は銀行内で飲食会があるんです。
Dinner party?
ええ。行員の慰安のための飲み会です。君も一緒にとは思うものの、上海出身の君がいては皆の気が休まりませんので、申し訳ございませんが、護衛は他の者に任せますので、先に帰っていただいていいですか？
I think this is the party he forced us to get into that we were super excited about, but then we ended up, like, getting ignored throughout. Gosh, I still can't believe that happened in his route. I still feel like it's a little mean. I see. May I go out again afterwards?
外出？
Yes, I wish to talk to Ulrik. Perhaps I might shed some light on yesterday's events.
そうですか。ええ、構いません。彼なら、そうですね。
Ulrik took a rolled up map from the drawer and spread it out.
これが大通りです。ウルリクがいそうなのはここか、ここ。あとこの小道。それから、たまにこの菓子屋にもいます。
You know a lot about his habits.
見つけたいときに見つけられないと不便ですからね。道中お気をつけください。
You too, Ulrik. Don't drink too much, alright?
気をつけます。
I went home and directed one of Ulrik's men to protect him. Then I went back out to look for Ulrik. Where's Ulrik now? I tried the places Ulrik had suggested, but he was nowhere to be found. Did I pass him? No, I would have seen him. Looked around. Nobody looked like Ulrik. He isn't here. Couldn't find him. I decided I had to look for him myself. Where might he be right now? Have no idea. I didn't know what places he liked. I never asked about his interests. I don't really know anything about him. I was strangely disappointed with myself. Eventually, I snapped back. I don't have time to think about it right now. I have to find him somehow. I'll just have to hope that he's somewhere on this road. On I go! I walked around at random to check at different places. When I passed the store, I looked inside. paid special attention to locations Ulrik had mentioned when he had shown me around. Still, there was no trace of him anywhere, no matter how long I looked. Maybe he's not in this area today? Perhaps he was in the Sanctuary District or somewhere even further afield. Might have to head home for the day. Oh. On the other side of the road, disappearing into the side street, I saw a young man who resembled Ulrik. I only saw him from behind, but I was quite sure it was him. I have to hurry before I lose him. I wanted him to wait for me, but I didn't want to yell. Instead, I ran after the person who I thought was Ulrik. These alleys again. I passed by this place yesterday too. Nothing but bad memories here. The man who had looked like Ulrik had gone through there. I had to walk after him. I'll be fine if I stay alert and focused. I had my hand on my sword hilt as I walked. I walked as fast as I could and simultaneously could. That was Ulrik's voice. He's here. There he is. Ulrik. Huh?
いいのかよ、信用して。俺はウルリクを信じてるが、他のやつはそうでもない。
んなこと言われても困る。僕がどうこう言えることじゃないしね。
おいおい、否定もしないってのはどうかと思うぞ。
そうかな。誰がどう思おうとその人の勝手だろ。僕がやってないと言って回る方がよっぽど怪しい。
Why is he... That's... the man Ulrik is talking to. There was no way I'd forget his voice.
暴れすぎだ。罰を受けてもらうぜ。後で迎えに来てやる。そこで反省することだな。
He'd been one of the men who attacked me. He was the one who had pushed me into the poison jar. I felt confused. My heart began to race and my breathing grew unsteady. Now calm down. Stay calm. Keeping aware of my surroundings, I continued to listen. It's hard to make out. Ulrik didn't seem particularly friendly with the man, but they weren't strangers either. Didn't I see him when I was learning to shoot too?
ようウルリク、こんなとこにいたのかよ。探したぜ。そっちの女は誰だ？
right.
彼女か？
別にそんなんじゃないし。そうか。今日は約束の日だったか。
I forgot they've met.
ああ、みんな待ってる。さっさと来い。
The man had approached Ulrik in almost the same spot. So they know each other. No, Ulrik can't be behind it. I won't believe that. Alcrete is looking for the man who attacked me. Ulrik is doing his part in that. He must be on onto their trail already.
じゃあな。あばよ。
Huh? The man waved at Ulrik and left? Oh, hi, Lynn. Sorry I didn't notice you. Hi, babe. Thanks for coming. Ulrik didn't respond. He merely stood there, letting the man go. Is he going to let him go? The man was a criminal. I knew it. Oh, now Ulrik is going somewhere else. I had a chance to capture the man, but that would have meant letting Ulrik leave. Even if I capture him, there are many more who attacked me. Right now I need to talk to Ulrik and sort this out. I followed Ulrik into the darkness, uneasy and uncertain. What is this? Ulrik's room? Yeah, it's his. He's a baby tsundere man. Right now I think he's the MC found out he kind of betrayed her, but not really. So yeah, it's all about trust. If the earlier one was about like lust, this one is about trust. We had come to a limestone cavern with water running through it. The place looked like something from a child's picture book. The air was clean and quite cool. I had no idea places like this existed. As impressive as the location was, I was confused. There was only one tunnel. When I peered into it, I couldn't see Ulrik. Did I take a wrong turn? Turn around, feeling uneasy.
あんたこんなところで何やってんだよ。
Ulrik was inches away from me. Ooh?
じゃなくてなんでここにいるのか聞いてんだけど普通のやつは入り口を知らないはずなんだけどな。どうしてなんでよりによってあんたがいるんだよ。
Well...
ああもうめちゃくちゃだ。あいつが来るかもしれないし一本道だし。こっちだ、ついてこい。
Ulrik grabbed my hand and led me deeper inside. Ulrik?
うるさい、黙れ。ここ無駄に声が響くんだ。喋るなバカ。
You're talking a lot more than me. I wanted to complain, but when I looked at him, he seemed nervous. I wasn't sure what to say, so I allowed myself to be led into the strange tunnel. Finally, we reached a large iron door. Beyond it was a sight even stranger than the path we'd taken. Where are we?
どこだってなんだっていいだろ。あそこにいたくないから連れてきただけ。ここに招待したわけじゃない。
Invitation? Does this place belong to you? Hey, yo!
ああもう鬱陶しいな。
Ulrik ruffled through his hair and glared at me.
なんであんなとこにいたんだ。僕をつけてきたの。理由はあんた僕のストーカー。
No. Ulrik told me to talk to you. If possible, to share information on my attackers.
エルトに。
Yes, he...
やば、そこに隠れて。
Oh? Okay, before that, I'm gonna go to the toilet, so be right back. Excuse me, Lynn? You said bring us with you? I didn't know you were this lewd. How rude.
いいからそこ、本が重なってるところ、そこに座って隠れろ。じっとしてろ。声も出すんじゃないぞ。
Learned it from the best? I have no idea who you're talking about. I sat down on the ground and Ulrik threw a thick blanket over me. Everything was dark. I couldn't see anything. What the hell was that about?
バイス、なんの用？
すっげえ、なんで来たのが分かったんだ。
そういう装置がついてるんだ。さっさと要件を言いなよ。
Vice? Who's that? I didn't know the name. But I did know the voice. I moved the fabric aside a little so I could peek out. I had to know. Yes, it's him. His voice, his inflections, it was him. Ulrik was talking to the man who had attacked me.
ここ相変わらずかっこいいよな。アジトよりもずっといい。
だから要件は褒めに来ただけとか言ったら怒るよ。用がない限り来るなって言ってるだろ。
おっと、怖い怖い。リフトの見取り図の礼を持ってきてやったんだ。ほらよ。
The man called Vice threw some coins at Ulrik's feet.
別にお金なんていらないのに。
そう言うのって。親しき中にも礼儀ありとかなんとか言うだろ。
親しくないし、お金にも困ってない。
いいから受け取ってくれ。年下とはいえ尊敬しているんだ。何せお前は始祖様だからな。
Friends? And founders of what?
その呼び方、全然センスないね。要件は終わった。さっさと帰れ。
はいはい。またな、ウルリク。
いや、待って。
あ？
Ulrik walked up to Vice and held out his right hand.
大事なものなんだ。返せ。
Oh, what? He stole something?
こんなにあるんだ。一冊くらい貸してくれてもいいじゃないか。
Vice handed a little book back to Ulrik with a shrug.
よくない。返してもらえなかったら嫌。っていうか、売るつもりだろ。ここにあるものは全部大切なんだ。やめてよね、そういう。
A man who loves books and has a library the size of the beast, bigger than the beast from Beauty and the Beast's library. This is why I love him.
そうかよ。じゃあね、坊ちゃん。
Botcha. Ulrik said nothing, merely staring at the door Vice has closed behind him. Can I remove the blanket now? I folded it up, placing it next to the books. Then I looked around and approached Ulrik. Ulrik, that man.
あんたを襲ったやつだろ。知ってる。分かってた、ずっと。あいつにあんたのことを教えたのは僕だから。ああなるのは分かってた。
You knew? That he would attack me? Ulrik didn't answer, but nodded. Then you're... No, that can't be.
僕を信じるって言ったから、そう思い込もうとしてるだけだろ。本当は僕が仕組んだって思ってるんだろ。別に思っていい。好きにしなよ。嫌われるのは慣れてるし、あんたがどう感じようと僕は何も思わない。けどお願いだ。このことはエルトには黙っててほしい。僕にとって彼は今回のことは知られたくないんだ。
Ulrik. Ulrik and Eltcreed went back a long way. I could understand him for wanting to keep it from Eltcreed. I can't just let this slide though. My life was in danger. I can't ignore that. I have demands. Oh, there we fucking go, girly. Tell me how you know that man. Vice. Then I won't talk to Eltcreed about this.
分かった
Okay.
バイス・カビーゼルエルトが全く関わりを持たない危険な組織の人間なんだ
Dangerous?
そう今回の件をエルトに知られたら最後争いが起きるそんなことになればエルトの身が危ない護衛を気取ってるんだ危険は回避したいだろうだからもう一度頼むエルトには言わないでくれこの通りだ
A dangerous group. War. This was too much for me to accept it with a nod. Instead, I pressed for more information. How do you know him? What is he to you?
どういうって言われても困る情報屋なんだ顔は無駄に広くてねどんな人間とも知り合いだもう二度とあんたを襲わないようにあいつらには言い聞かせておくからエルトには言わないで
Eltcreed sounds important to you, Ulrik.
そうだよあれこっちにもいろいろ事情があってそうしなくちゃいけないんだそれにエルトの体はエルトだけのものじゃないあいつが倒れたら困る奴はたくさんいるあいつはさあんなに自由で何考えてるかわからないめちゃくちゃな人間だけど僕と違ってリベラリタスに必要不可欠な存在なんだ
It was dark outside. Ulrik. Ulrik had walked me back to the mansion. Then he had disappeared into the darkness of the night, saying he had other business to take care of. It's past midnight. Eltcreed was probably worried.
お帰りなさい騎士様
Eltcreed.
俺もさっき帰ってきたところなんですがいやはや驚きました君が俺よりも帰宅が遅いなんてそれもこんな時間にね
His mannerisms were soft and his speech kind. Still, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. There's an edge in his voice.
何かあったのではないかと心配しているんですどうしましたどうしてこんな時間まで外にいたんですか
I got lost a little.
君は嘘が下手ですねそれが君の魅力でもありますけど
Mm-hmm.
今は効果ありませんこう見えても俺は冷徹でして真実を吐かせるためにはどんなことだってできます雇い主の俺に嘘をつくなんていけないことですよね
Eltcreed. Ulrik had told me that he didn't want me to tell Eltcreed. Telling Eltcreed what had happened would break my promise to him. On the other hand, I was speaking to my employer. Betraying him by withholding the truth was also a grave sin. What should I do? I should say if that's what I need to do. I am going to wing it, I guess. Eltcreed was a gentle person. He probably had only the best intentions for me, or anyone, despite what it seemed like. I didn't want to lie to him, but I can't violate the promise I made to Ulrik. I'm sorry, Elfcreed. Yeah, Ulrik is more important to me. I was going to see through a bad lie. I had to choose my words carefully. It's a bit hard to explain. I was eating with Ulrik until now.
食事
We talked a lot and lost track of the time. I worried about what you would say to that and decided to lie. I'm sorry.
ウルリクと食事
It was a
ですか
date. Yes. Elfcreed hardly reacted at all. Didn't work calm. Apparently I had managed to disappoint both Elfcreed and Ulrik. My mind was racing, trying to think of what to do next. Then he smiled.
ありがとうございます。
ん？
あの子はお世辞にも社交的ではありません。人付き合いはどうしようもなく下手で、言葉遣いも悪く、あと性格も良くないというか、あんなに悪いのはめったにいません。ですけど、俺にとってはかけがえのない存在なんです。そのウルリクと仲良くしてくれること、本当に嬉しいです。
Sorry, my ROG fell.
あんなんですけど、根はいい子なんです。これからも彼のことを構ってあげてくださいね。
Okay, I will. Finally, I'm back here. Felt guilty for having lied to Elfcreed. On the other hand, I had been able to keep my promise to Ulrik. And Elfcreed seemed happy too. When I mentioned Ulrik's name, he had seemed almost as happy as if it had been about himself. They weren't related by blood. Why then, I wondered, were they so close? They're so different. I wonder how they'd even met. Didn't seem as though they wanted to tell me right then. I hoped they would one day. Morning. I have to try and meet with Ulrik today as early as possible. Ulrik didn't know what kind of lie I had told to Elfcreed. We had to get our stories straight before he had a chance to ask.
だから何もしてないって言ってるだろ。
Oh my god, he's already grilling into him. That voice! Ulrik, Elfcreed.
よう。
おはようございます。今日も耳麗しいですね。素敵です。
Mm-hmm.
うわ、気持ち悪い。
Agreed.
麗しい人を麗しいと言って何が悪いんですか？女性を褒める語彙がないからといって俺を否定するのはよくありませんね。
What were you talking about?
昨晩の様子を伺っていたんです。彼と二人きりで食事をしたんでしょ？
Mm-hmm. Oh no. Elfcreed had beaten me to the punch. Yes.
ウルリクったらひどいんですよ。何を話したか教えてくれないんです。食事だけでも大衝撃なのに話が盛り上がるとは一体。俺とは全然盛り上がってくれないのにずるい。会話とはキャッチボールだというのに。
ずるいってなんだよ。あんたの場合一方的にボールぶつけてくるのがダメだ。おかしい。どうにかしてる。大体エルトは絶対にあれこれ突っ込んでくるから嫌だ。嫌い。何話しても想像に任せるってことで。
想像に任せる。そうですか。ほほ。
Not like that.
何想像してんだよ。
おやおや、 ウルリクはクールに見せかけてそんな大胆な。
No, that's so funny. Why are you imagining them doing weird stuff?
ちょっと僕で変な想像するのはやめてくれる？
何を騒いでいるんです。勝手に想像していいと言ったのはそっちでしょ。
常識の範囲で想像しろ。
全裸で空を飛ぶのは？
Uh-huh.
非常識もいいとこだろバカ。たく、あんたの中の僕は一体何なんだ？
何も教えてくれないウルリクが悪いんですよ。そうだ、ウルリクではなく君に聞けばいいんです。昨晩ウルリクとどんなことを話したんですか？
Um, about you? About you, Elfcreed?
俺について？だってなんでしょう。
This man.
かっこいいとか頭がいいとか、背が高いとかお金持ちだとか権力があるとか
Of course.
カリスマ性があるとか、そういうことですか？
Yes.
よくもまあそこまでスラスラと自分を褒められるもんだ。あんたに関する愚痴だよ、愚痴。雇われ者同士わかる話題ってのがあるんだ。
なるほど。どう話が盛り上がったかは全く分かりませんでしたけど、二人の相性は悪くないことが分かったのでよしとしましょ
よしって何のこと？
う。こちらの話です。お気になさらず。ところでウルリク、ここ最近街で怪しいものを見かけていませんか？
あんた以外に怪しいって具体的に言ってくれないとわからない。外見？服装とか？
反社会的行為が目立つもの、よその地区から流れてきた重大犯罪者といったところでしょうか。部下から最近上海出身の人間が連続で殺されているという報告があったんです。
Oh. From the heights.
ええ、被害者の中には俺が仕事を斡旋した者もいるようで残念です。
殺されたのはかわいそうだけど、上海のやつが疎まれるなんて今に始まったことじゃない。特別なこととは思えないね。
Interesting. So I guess in his shroud, he's really the type that like doesn't do anything for anyone. That's crazy. That's crazy. I like that. That's interesting. He's not like a super nice, helpful guy.
でもまあ、キルス、気をつけなよ。あんたが消えちゃ困るやつがいるから。
ウルリクとか？
そう。
あ、言いましたね、ついに。
は、何？
Cute.
はあ、苦節400年。ようやくウルリクの恋を見届けることができました。もう思い残すことはありません。いや、いっぱいありますけどね。
Elfcreed?
不出来で不出来で本当に不出来ですが、根は多分そこそこちょっとはいい子なんです。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくってなんだよ。どういうことだよ。
だってあのウルリクが彼女を気遣ったんですよ。気をつけなよ。あんたが消えちゃ俺は困るんだ。で
The voice actor. I love Elfcreed's voice actor so much. That is so fucking funny the way his tone changed.
最後めちゃくちゃ捏造してるし、バカ、そんなこと言ってないバカ。それに恋とかじゃない。僕だってたまには人を気遣うこともあるし、
When
そ
the
の
right
相手が
people
たまたま
come
そいつだったと
around.
いうか。おい、なんとか言えよ。
So we're one of the right people. Baby. What do you want me to say to this? Thank you. It makes me happy that you care about me.
そうじゃなくて、エルトに文句を言えっていう意味で。言っとくけど、僕はキルスが好きじゃないからな。じゃあな。
You should be. Ulrik left the mansion immediately. There he goes.
照れ屋なんですよ、彼。しかし、一番気をつけるべきなのは騎士様ではなくウルリクだと思うんですけどね。
What do you mean?
彼は情報屋という身から危険な人物とのやり取りが多く、騒動に巻き込まれることも多々あります。俺がついてあげられたらいいのですが、立場上そうはいきませんしね。上階は知りませんけど、ここではそれはもう簡単に人が死にます。明日は我が身、お互い留意しましょう、キルスさん。
Yes, I will remember it. People from the heights were being killed. I wonder whether the group Ulrik was involved in had something to do with it. Even if they don't, there seems to be a string of murders. I wasn't going to allow someone to take my life, or Eltcreed's, or Ulrik's. I resolved to protect what I had with redoubled efforts. It was past noon. Hearing a set of footsteps rarely present at the bank, I turned around.
こんにちは。
Ulrik? Eltcreed is in an executive meeting. He told me that the meeting would last several hours. If you need to talk to him, it's probably better to come back later.
バカ。会議に出てることくらい知ってるよ。僕は。
For me?
そうだよ。
He walked past me with light movements, like a cat, and sat down on Eltcreed's chair. Then he lowered his voice so it would blend in with the music.
あんた、僕の秘密、エルトに言わないでくれたみたいだからさ。礼を言おうと思ってさ。
Maybe. Glad I managed to lie? Glad I managed to lie. You know how bad I am at that.
ああ。でも、僕がちゃんとフォローできる範囲の嘘でよかったよ。でもあいつ、嘘に敏感なはずなんだけどな。なんでごまかせたんだ。
Number 4. I don't know. For a moment I thought he didn't believe it. But when I mentioned your name, he was happy and grateful. He thanked me.
ありがとうって、僕と夕飯食べたこと？あいつ、僕の保護者面しすぎだろ。
I suppose he really treasures you.
あんたまで気持ち悪いこと言うなって。勘弁してくれ。僕さ、実はあんたは裏切ると思ってた。エルトに本当のことを言うんだろうなって。だから今朝は驚いた。全然そんなことなかったからさ。
Told you, I'm going to trust you. Told me not to tell him for his own sake. I trusted that and didn't.
信じる。こんな晩エルトかよ。 僕はそういうのは嫌い。人間が嫌いだ。人の心なんて天気と同じ。晴れてると思ったら次の瞬間大雨だったりする。人間関係だってそうだ。強いつながりがあったとしても何かの拍子にちぎれてなくなる。仲間だと思っていた相手が平気で裏切ることだって。だから僕は信じない。僕が信じるのは自分で得た情報と培ってきた知識だけ。それらは間違いなく正確で感情に揺るがされないから。でも苦手だし嫌だけど、あんたがそこまで信じてくれるなら僕もあんたをちょっとは信じてやってもいい。
He's so cute. Ulrik.
ちょっとだけだ。少しだけだから勘違いすんなよ。
Right. Still makes me happy. Thank you, Ulrik.
ちょっとだって言ってんの変なの。
A tiny amount. You do like Ulrik a lot, though. At least compared to how much you like me.
別に好きじゃないけど、エルトは僕にとって特別なんだ。一緒にいてあげてるのは僕の行為だよ。
Special?
簡単には教えてやらない。僕は秘密主義だし、ペラペラ話せるほど深い仲じゃないからさ。
賑やかだと思ったらウルリクでしたか。
Ulrik, what about the meeting?
クソつまらない。いいえ、とても有意義で素晴らしい会議でしたよ。
うわ、わざとらしい。
よいしょっと。
おい、僕が座ってる上に座るな。子供かよバカ。大バカ。
では俺の席からどいてください。そうだ、ついでに2人で出かけてきてはどうですか。
That's crazy though. Like he just ships us now. Go out? What about your protection?
別の者に声をかけますし、帰りも部下に送らせます。俺はここで仕事をしていますので、君は楽しんできてください。
But
いいですいいです。ほらウルリク、お小遣いです。
何企んでるんだよ。
別に君に友達を作ってあげようだなんて全然企んでませんよ。
本音ダダ漏れすぎるだろ。
日が変わる頃には彼女を返してくださいね。それでは行ってらっしゃい。
たくエルトのやつ、いきなり出かけろって言われても困るってば。
you're the spy. You know this town better than I do.
僕は情報屋であって観光案内人じゃない。抜け道はたくさん知ってるけど、流行ってる店とかは知らない。ましてや女と出かける場所なんてわからないし。
Stop grumbling. Didn't we go through the town once before?
あれはただの街案内だ。でも今回はそれとは違う。なんかこう遊んだりしろ的なやつだろ。
Are we? Don't know what Ulrik is thinking.
僕にも理解できない。エルトは変だから。あ、そうだ。 上階ではどうしてたんだ？
I'm surprised you're interested in the heights.
嫌いだけど、まあ今回は特別というか、僕のことはどうだっていいだろう。あんたの性格はともかく18なんだ。今まで男と一緒に歩くことくらいあっただろう。そういう時どうしてたんだ？
I guess Finn counts. Finn. I went on patrol. Patrol. Police patrol. Paw Patrol. My partner when I was an officer was a man. We patrolled the town together.
ああ、なるほどね、そういう意味。うん、全く僕の求めてない答えをくれてどうもありがとう。そうじゃなくて、そのデートの話だよ。
Dates? Dates? I haven't gone on any dates.
そう。本気、冗談じゃなくて。
Why is that so startling to you? I didn't marry. Men and women only go on dates once they are married.
そうなんだ。夫婦となった後。まあそうか。決まった相手以外との恋愛が違法なら、おいそれと出かけられないよな。
I assume from the way you talk about it that you can go on dates before you're married in the depths. So he thinks this is a date, right? Like he thinks this is a date. This is him implying that he thinks this is a date. Oh my fucking god, I can't believe I just realized that. It's crazy. So what kind of dates do you usually go on?
はあ？普段って言われても。
You didn't go on any dates?
そんなことない。あるに決まってるだろ。デートなんて余裕だ。
I see. That's reassuring.
安心？
Yes, you're a man, and I'm a woman, so, it's a little awkward for me to say this, but this is probably a date, right?
Actually, I am a firm believer of like, it's only a date if the both of you agree this is a date. If only one of you think it's a date, it's not a date. You have to both talk about it and agree it is a date.
For me. I don't know how dates work. I'd like to leave today's arrangements to you. Is that alright?
ああ、うん、いいよ。最高のデートにしてやるよ。
Great, so dependable.
なんだよこれ。なんだよこの流れ。エルト、恨むからな。そうだな。まずは服屋に行くか。
Clothing? Do you like clothes?
別にんなことねえけど。女ってそういうのが好きなんだろ。ほら、あの店とか。
That one over... I remember that one. I went there with Eltcreed.
デートしたのかよ。
Are you surprised? Jealous, perhaps? No, not like that. I was on duty. He wanted to buy a present for a lady.
そうか。じゃあ、あっちの小物屋とか。
We went there too. He bought me a hair clip.
はあ、そうですか。なんだよ。どこもエルトの唾がつきまくってるじゃないか。
Ulrik, why are you so particular about going somewhere Eltcreed hasn't with me? Do you perhaps like us?
それはあんたを驚かせたい。何言ってんだ。 別にいいだろ。僕は僕、エルトはエルトだから、あいつが関係ないとこがいい、そう思ったんだ。
I see. Maybe we can go somewhere that you like? Wait, can I save here? Okay, perfect, wonderful. We can go somewhere you like. You don't have to find a cute girly shop for me. I don't particularly like those. Being in there wouldn't be a lot of fun for me.
そうなんだ。じゃあどこならいい？どこならあんたは喜んでくれるんだ。
He wants to make us happy. Okay, the romance came out of nowhere, just like Eltcreed's route. But you know, it's still cute because I like this guy more. So let's see. You could show me a place you like.
僕の
Yeah, you know a fair bit about me, but I don't know anything about you. That's not fair. I know that there's probably a lot you can tell me to do to your work, but you can show me what sort of places you like, right?
好きな場所か。分かった。じゃあお望み通り連れてってあげるよ。
It's not that serious. Really?
バカ。断るつもりなら連れて行くとか言わないっての。じゃあそこから行くか。
He walked a few steps, then stopped. A manhole. Are we going in there?
当然だろ。地下通路は情報屋のたしなみってね。さあ、行くよ。
Not gonna hold my hand or anything while we jump in?
どうぞお入りください。
This is the place we were at the other day.
そう、僕のとっておきの場所。ここはエルトも知らないはずだ。
I love books so much. God, a man who likes his books. I'm surprised there is a place he doesn't know about.
よくつるんでるからって何でもかんでも情報を共有してるわけじゃない。状況が異なるとはいえ昨日も来たんだから新鮮味はないだろうけど、ここが僕の好きな場所だ。
I see.
あるのは本ばかり。あんたにとっては面白くないかもな。
You think I can't read? No, I like books. My late grandfather had an archive like this as well. It wasn't as huge as this one, and there weren't as many books, but it seemed like a secret room to me. I liked it. Me too. The way I would just lounge in a chair to read. I'm jealous. This is pretty incredible, though. I've never seen so many books in one place, not even at the library.
図書館って
Oh, you don't have those in the depths, I guess. It's a public institution. Do you know what that means? The government owns all the books and lends them out to you for free.
それはすごいな。どんな本でも借りられる？
Yeah, maybe not the really important ones though. Jealous. More interested in the heights now?
別に本がたくさんあるからといって好きになるはずないだろう。でも図書館っていうシステムは興味ある。
I love books.
無料でってことは貧しいやつも本を手に取れるってことだろう。それって画期的だよな。いつかエルトに提案してみよっと。
May I touch the books on the shelves?
いいけどきっと読めないよ。
Oh, right, because of the language difference. What do you mean?
見ればわかる。適当に見てみなよ。
This made me curious. I took the first book I saw. Oh, well. Can understand some words here and there, but not an entire sentence. Me right now with German, actually struggling. Help, please, someone. And the letters have weird shapes. And are these letters from the depths?
半分は正解、半分は不正解。下界の文字だけど、
Centuries?
洪水が発生する前、数百年前に書かれた本なんだ。だから現代の文字とは全然違う。僕は読めるけどね。
They are centuries old? Why are they in pristine condition? Really? What's this book about?
機械工学、
Ooh.
歯車が生み出す輝ける未来って書いてある。
Really?
どうして疑うの？僕のことバカだと思ってたの？
Yes, a dummy.
心外だな。傷つくんだけど。
No, that's not what I meant. I just didn't expect a random book I picked to be a technical book. Sorry.
あっそう。言っとくけどここにある本、大半が専門書だよ。絵本とか一般書は全然ない。ああ、でも。
And Ulrik began to rummage through a mountain of books.
あった。これならあんたでも読めるんじゃない？
This is...
恋愛小説。
Oh, whoa! Romance? You like romance books? Wow. I was so startled I dropped the book.
は？何やってんだよ。
Sorry. Oh! I didn't know romance novels existed.
何言ってんだ。はあ、そっか。上界じゃ法律違反なんだ。
Why, do you have a romance novel? Do you like them?
そんなことない。
What?
古本屋でまとめて買った時についてた外れ本だ。読むことはないと思ってたけど、取っておいて正解だったな。
Mm-hmm.
僕は読まないけど、一応名作らしいよ。読んでみたら。はい。
Cipher?
違う。
Oh.
上界の文字と下界の文字の対照表。あんたにやるよ。
Only Cipher brain, my
下
bad.
界オリジナルの単語は理解できないだろうけど、大抵は文字の置き換えで読めるから、それ使えばきっと読める。読めなければ諦めて。
Meanie. Ulrik.
冗談。僕に聞けばいい。気が向いたら教えてやるよ。
Aw, baby. This list is handwritten.
うん。僕が作ったから。
You did?
そう。あんたのためじゃない
Smart
から。
man is so hard.
全然解読できなかった頃に自分用に作ったやつだ。
I see. You have cute handwriting.
かわいい。なんだよ。そんなこと言われても嬉しくないし。どうせならかっこいいって言えよ。
I'm just talking about the handwriting, though.
そっか。今のはなし。忘れろ。質問攻めは困るから最初だけ一緒に読んであげる。ほら、こっち。
Maybe you just want me close by. Ulrik sat down in front of the bookshelf and gestured for me to come over. Okay, I like this one but way better. Oh, man who reads! I sat down next to him. He told me to open the book and leaned over.
そうだな。一般的に言われてるのはこの文字の違い。上界では大文字を使うらしいけど、下界では小文字を使うのが普通なんだ。書きやすいから。それでこっちは。
I'm surprised it can be so serious and straightforward. Ulrik didn't resort to a single joke or cynical remark as he explained the book to me. He seemed almost like a different person.
あのさ、話聞いてる？
Sorry, I wasn't.
素直に謝ったらいいってもんじゃないからな。もう一回説明すると、
Only once, yet he already read it once for us, and he's reading it for us again.
ざっとこんなもんだ。今言ったことを半分くらい理解できれば、その本は読めると思う。まあ、頑張ってよ。
Okay, thank you for your explanation. Ulrik mumbled a "you're welcome" and took a few steps away from me. Then he took a book from a faraway shelf and began to read there.
A reading date. That's so nice.
I'll read a little too. I was going to read my first romance novel. I was looking forward to it.
Boy.
Did we fall asleep? Whoa. Ulrik?
何驚いてんだよ。ただ声かけただけだってのに。
Sorry, I was absorbed in the book. What is it? Is something wrong?
突然だが悪い知らせがある。
Oh no? Bad news?
そう。もう夕方なんだ。
Really? I didn't realize.
時計はあそこ。ほら、もう6時だ。で、お腹が空いたからもう出ようと思う。いいか？
Oh, okay. The romance novel is readable. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I like it.
それはよかった。
Oh my god.
夜何か用事は？特になければ、店で食べるのもありかなって。
Are you asking me out? Oh my god. That sounds nice. Let's do that.
そっか。じゃあ行こう。
いらっしゃいませ。ああ、旦那の坊ちゃん。
Fernando Botchan. Interesting. The master?
旦那ってのはエルトのことね。この店の人、変な呼び方するんだ。本当困る。昼間、エルトが絡んでない店に連れて行こうかと思ったけどさ。
So cute.
よくよく考えたら、リベラリタスでそんな店ほぼ存在しなかったよ。悩んで損した。
Really? There aren't any?
うん。この町ではどこもバーレンティン家の息がかかってるからさ。
I see. I think it turned out for the best, though. I wouldn't have gotten the chance to see the archive otherwise. The book you gave me is interesting, too.
興味深い。なあ、
Is he curious
あの
now?
恋愛小説、そんなに楽しかった？
Yeah, of course! Oh. The people around me were looking at me. I had been too loud. Ulrik mumbled a dummy and smiled. Cleared my throat and leaned over to speak quietly. I've never read a book like that before. Can't wait to find out what's going to happen.
ワクワクか。自由恋愛ができないんだから、恋愛小説の文化がないのも当然。冷静に考えれば理解できるけど、こっちじゃ日常に溢れてるものだから、存在しないってのがあまり想像できないな。普段はどんな本を読んでたんだ？
Guidebooks and heroic tales. Things about soldiers and knights, dragons and Pegasuses. Stories about people fighting for the survival of their country.
はあ、わかる。 そういうの見るからにつきそうだよな。
I do, but the romance novel is great too. Don't really understand why the people in it have all these complicated feelings, but I like their banter.
心の移り変わりってのがキーだと思うんだけど、まあ楽しみ方は人それぞれか。
Are books like that popular here?
そうだな。僕は興味ないけど、女はああいうのが好きみたいだ。
I see. Perhaps that's why I like it then. We've got a lot of books inside that archive. Have you read them all?
まさか、さすがに全部は無理だろ。でも、半分以上は読んでると思う。子供の頃結構不自由で。
I see. I didn't take you to have grown up in a bookish family.
ふーん。あんたは僕を何だと思ってるんだ？
A man who's rude, ill-tempered, and hard to understand. But I started seeing that more as a part of your age and being a real flawed human. I felt even more uncomfortable around you at first, and now I almost feel like you're not yourself if you don't insult me. Our girl's kind of masochistic, just a little bit. I'm glad I got to learn more about you today. I like that. It was very meaningful. Thank you.
あ、そう。
He
大したことはし
blushed.
てないけど、あんたが良かったなら良かったんじゃない？僕はそうだな。あんたの印象は初めて会った時と全然変わらない。女らしくないし、バカだし生真面目だし、サボるとかそういうこととは無縁そうな面倒なタイプで、まっすぐで日陰で生きてる僕には眩しすぎて鬱陶しい。
He likes us so much.
僕もあんたが苦手だ。だけど、こういう人がいるということを自分の中で少し認められた気がする。受け入れられるほど寛容にはなれないけど、排他するわけでもなく許容するというか、うまく言えないんだけどさ。だからその僕もあんたと過ごせてちょっとは有意義だったよ。
Ulrik's words of gratitude were so quiet the bustle of the restaurant almost drowned them out. I heard them, and they seeped into my heart. Aww. I think we're slowly warming up to each other. I wanted to have a good relationship with him. We worked for the same man. As we ate, I thought about how much that meant to me.
それじゃ僕はここで。
You're not coming in?
うん。この後用事があるし、入ったらきっと長居してしまうから。
Alright. Thank you for today. I really appreciate it.
どういたしまして。ああ、そうだ。これ。あんたが読んでた本。貸してあげる。
Lending books is a big sign of trust. This is coming from someone who wouldn't even lend her like best friend for like a few years, for since childhood, borrow her book. Well, I did give it to her once, and then she returned it with like a little mark on it, and ever since then I just never let anyone borrow my books ever again. So this is like a massive sign of trust. Like, he likes us so much.
Thank you. Oh, I wanted to read the rest. Yes. Thank you, Ulrik.
どういたしまして。内容はともかく絶版本だからなくしたり汚したりしないでよ。あとウルリクでいい。
Oh my god. He made us call him by his name.
Oh, I love him so much. He's so cute. Again, The romance came out of nowhere. I don't understand why we're suddenly like you just fall in love just like that. Like we're close now, so you could. There's not like a real defining moment. I don't know, but you know, I like it. I like it. I like we vibing.
さんはいらない。なんていうかその呼ばれ慣れなくて気持ち悪い。
You remind me thinking of us with words like that, closer and allies.
うるさいな。僕が嫌って言ったら嫌なんだ。俺からウルリクって呼ぶこと。ほら、言ってみて。
Okay, Ulrik.
それでじゃあね。おやすみ。
Yeah, good. Hey, wait! There's something else we need to change.
何が
How are you going to refer to me?
あんた
You don't think it's weird that you rarely use my name? Besides, I'm never certain if you refers to Upgrade or to me, and neither is he. If we're allies, can you call me by my name?
名前
Oh my god, look at him. Look at him blushing. Look at him blushing! Cuteness aggression. Yeah, it's Status, by the way. I forgot how to pronounce her name.
バカ言われなくても知ってるし。でも今さら言えって言われると恥ずかしいっていうか気が向いたらな。じゃあ
He's so embarrassed. Stay here.
服をつかむな。
I won't let go until you say my name. My name. Go on.
なんだよその新手の脅し。わかった。言うってば。
But with such soft voice. That's fine. I want you to keep using my name. Looking forward to it.
おう。わかった。じゃあ今度こそ。おやすみ。キルス。
Kirisu. Yes. Good night, Ulrik. He's entrusted me with something important. Compared to the centuries-old volumes in the room, it wasn't necessarily all that remarkable of a book. But it's out of print. I have to be careful with it.
おや、珍しいものをお持ちですね。
Whoa! Sudden voice startled me and I dropped the book. No! Oh no, the book! I reached out to pick it up, but someone else's hand was faster. I looked up. Alcrade welcomed me back, leafing through the book with an expression of curiosity as he did so.
騎士姫物語。古典の恋愛小説ですね。
Classic?
ええ、確か数十年前に書かれたものです。
So that's why it's out of print. Alcrade, have you read this book?
まあ、たしなみ程度には。しかし、ずいぶん年季が入った本ですね。それに、すべて原文で書かれている。これ。
Is that surprising?
はい。俺が読んだものや、地上で出回っているものは現代語訳されていまして、これよりずっと読みやすいんです。原文の本なんて、こうして手に取ることすら難しいのに、どこで拾ったんですか？
I didn't find it. Ulrik lent it to me. Nya! Lost for words, Alcrade dropped the book. Stop dropping the book! Managed to catch it before it hit the ground. Thank you. Goodness, Alcrade.
あ、失礼。あのウルリクが本を貸すなど、信じられなくて、つい。
See, I fucking knew it. It's a big deal because I would never. I wouldn't. If I lend someone books, it's because I have copies of the same book. I wouldn't just lend someone books. Like, I would lend them, but they can't bring it home. Letting someone bring home your book is like a massive sign of trust. I don't do that. It's crazy.
彼は人間不信で、他人を信用することができない男です。 そんな彼が人に物を貸すなど、何か弱みを掴んだんですか？
Yes. Blackmailing? No, nothing of the sort. I think he lent it to me because I liked reading it.
なるほど。その程度で物を貸与するほど安くない男のはずなんですけど、君のことを気に入ったのかもしれませんね。いいことです。それにいやはやいい傾向ばかりでこっちまで嬉しくなってきますね。
Development?
ええ、彼のことをウルリクと言ったでしょ。サン
Ah, sorry. Well, I suppose that's true.
へえ、なるほどなるほど。いいこと聞いちゃいました。
Don't bully Ulrik, please.
かしこまりました。ほどほどにいじめることにします。さて、そろそろ休むとしましょう。明日俺は銀行に行きません。ですから君もゆっくりするといいですよ。それではおやすみなさい。
I understand. Good night, Elcrete. Seems like I won't have guard duties tomorrow. I can stay up a little longer. I unbuckled my sword, changed into my sleepwear, and lay down on my bed. In the book, a princess took up arms for her ravaged country, supported by her faithful knight. The knight loves his princess, but she doesn't realize that. I don't understand what the knight is feeling either. I wonder why he fell in love with the princess. Couldn't understand the subtleties of their romance, but I liked the book for its adventure and outpouring of human emotion. And so I kept reading, blissfully ignoring of the advancing clock. Me, for real, for real. Me too. I was finally done with all my nighttime work and went to Elcrete's room to report.
報告が終わったらさっさと帰って寝よう。さすがにヘロヘロだ。
I thought I could finish this today, but it doesn't seem like it. When my hand touched the doorknob, I remember my time with Cyrus the day before.
本を貸したのはいいとして、名前だよ名前。なんで僕はあんなことを言ったんだ。そりゃ呼び捨てされる方が慣れてるからいいけど。
Remembering the way she had looked made me nervous. I couldn't think properly. Oh no, my boy!
なんでそわそわしてんだ。よし、さっさと行くぞ。
I am shaking with excitement. Flustered boys are great.
エルトは、ああよかった。ソファーに座ってる。エルト、頼まれてた件報告しに来た。
おや、おはようございます。久しぶりの保護地区、楽しかったですか？
久しぶりでもないし、楽しいわけがない。ハウンズの様子見てきた。キルスがいないことは把握してるけど、現状は探してないみたいだ。
そうですか。安心しました。
ああ、確かに。
Aww. You're worried for her too, huh?
どうして君まで同意するんですか？
どうしてってどういう意味だ。問題事は少ないに限るだろ
う。では次、どうして恋愛小説を貸したんですか？
なんでそれを知ってるんだよ。
彼女が持っていたのを見かけましたので。ああ、悲しいです。かつ羨ましいです。 君は俺にペンの一本も貸してくれないというのに。さて、どうしてですか？
それは気まぐれだ。
気まぐれで呼び捨てにしろと頼んだのですか？
はあ、
にゃ。
あいつあんたにペラペラと喋りすぎだろ。
そういう素直さも彼女のいいところですよね。
知らないし。報告は終わったんだ。帰るからな。
ええ、どうぞ。ご苦労様でした。ゆっくり休んでくださいね。他人の恋路は恋愛小説の10倍楽しいですね。
Alright, I think that's about it for today. I've been at it for a few hours now. And I think like the romance is finally starting to pick up, so this is the good time to stop. Thank you for watching, everyone. I will see you all next time. Bye bye.